Will you join me for the flag salute? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, help us to be receptive to the thoughts and challenges that come to us through prayer, through the printed page, and from the world around us. And help our leaders to find the best solutions to the problems that we face. We ask this in your name. Amen. Amen. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, this is to announce that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. Also pursuant to the 2014 bylaws, rules, and regulations of the Board of Children Freeholders of the County of Burlington, time shall be set aside on the agenda for the receipt of public comments. Public comments will be received with respect to agenda items prior to board consideration of resolutions to be adopted. An additional opportunity for public comment will occur later in the meeting. Public comment shall be limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Unused time may not be transferred to another speaker. Persons may speak once per public comment period. I direct the Deputy Clerk to enter into the minutes of this meeting, this public announcement, and the advance written notice of this meeting. Freeholder Belgard.
Here.
Freeholder Donnelly.
Here.
Freeholder Howard.
Here.
Freeholder Schwartz.
Here.
And Director Gargano.
Here. At this point, I'll be looking for a motion to approve the minutes of March 26th, the regular meeting, and March 26th, the conference meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Freeholder Donnelly, second by Freeholder Howarth. Questions or additions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And we have a proclamation for Parkinson's Awareness Month. Who's reading the proclamation?
Want me to read all the whereas and wherefores? Basically, we'll go through as much as I can. Parkinson's disease is a chronic progressive neurological disease and is the second most common neurodegenerative disease in the United States. Whereas there is inadequate data on the incidence and prevalence of Parkinson's disease, it is estimated to affect 500,000 to 1.5 million people in the United States. And its prevalence is going to double by the year 2040. It is the 14th leading cause of death in the United States. It is estimated that the economic burdens of Parkinson's disease cost at least $14.4 billion annually, whereas it is research causing the disease, and we know it's a combination of both genetic and environmental factors. I just want to add that we know that farmers have very high incidence of Parkinson's, and I think it's because of the insecticides and the chemicals that they use.
Anybody who's working on it?
Yeah. Also boxers, people who have head injuries. The symptoms vary from person to person. They can include tremors, slowness of motion, rigidity, difficulty with balance. There is no pure therapy or drug to slow or halt the progression of Parkinson's disease. We need increased education, and the Board of Freeholders has resolved that we hereby proclaim April as Parkinson's Awareness Month. And I'm very pleased to present this to my good friend, Oliver Hirschhorn, whose husband is struggling with Parkinson's, as is my husband. And I just want to say that Myra is an incredible force, not only in Canada, but all Philadelphia region. She runs Parkinson's support group at Virtual Hospital. And
There's a couple.
And she has a couple of them. She has nothing better to do with her. No, seriously, she's an absolute whirlwind and a great force in the fight against Parkinson's. Thank you.
One thing I just do want to add, you mentioned the motor issues. There are many non-motor issues that people with Parkinson's are dealing with. There's sleep, there's cognition issues, there's GI issues, there's urological issues. In addition, most of these people are older, so they don't only have Parkinson's, they have other things. So it's these patients and their families are all suffering. So we ask for your assistance. If you ever hear that we need support for something, go for it. There's a lot of people, and there will be more people. The closer we get, they're really working hard to figure out early on how it starts. There's two forces going on. One force is looking at where it starts and when it starts, because when people get it, they've had it for at least 5 years already. The dopamine that is affected, they've got 80% has gone by the time you notice the tremor or something. So we need to find that out earlier, and we need to find out what to do with it earlier. There will be. Those are the things that Michael J. Fox is working on, and everybody's working on. There's a lot of people working, and we need everybody's support. And I thank you for understanding.
And I just want to add that both of our husbands were really upset. So it's not just a disease of other people.
No.
Our
And it
husbands
can even be kids.
Yeah, they were diagnosed in their early 40s, so.
Most of us, never be 50s. But yeah, it's typically 60. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. At this point, we'll move on to our public hearing. We'll open this public hearing. Paul?
Yes. Bond ordinance number 2014-00108 of the County of Burlington, New Jersey, providing for the acquisition of various pieces of capital equipment and furnishings and construction of various capital improvements and renovations at the Burlington County College's campuses in Mount Holly, Mount Laurel, and Pemberton, New Jersey, and appropriating $7,850,000, therefore, and providing for the issuance of $7,850,000 in bonds or notes of the county to finance.
Anyone would like to comment on this bond issue? Seeing none, I would look for a motion to close.
So moved.
Motion by Freeholder Howard, second.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Bellegarde. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now I'd look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Freeholder Donnelly, second.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Howard. Questions? Roll call.
Freeholder Bellegarde.
Yes.
Freeholder Donnelly.
Yes.
Freeholder Howard.
Yes.
Freeholder Schwartz.
Yes.
And Director Gargano.
Yes. At this point, we'll move on to public comment on agenda items. The one thing we are going to do this evening is if you have any paperwork or exhibits that you would like to present to the Freeholder Board, please give them to the Sheriff's Deputy and they will bring that up to us. So, thank you. Anything on the agenda? Sir?
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Gracie. I'd like to refer to agenda item 22, please. Agreement with Lionel Engineering Group for $30,000. A series of questions. How many awards have been granted to the Lionel Engineering Group since January 2014? And what is the total amount of rendered contracts between the county and this firm?
Well,
Dollars and cents, please?
that's not what really item 22 is about. Jerome, would you like to talk about item 22?
Excuse me, sir, does it not refer to action with?
No, this is an agenda item. Agenda item on this is about them receiving $30,000 from engineering services for 2014 for Burlington County Resources Recovery Complex.
Sir,
If you'd like, excuse me, if you'd like to comment on this,
Yes, sir, I am commenting.
no, you're not. You're commenting on something totally
I'm
different.
asking the question, sir.
That's
with
has
all
nothing
due
to do with this
respect.
agenda item,
It
sir.
has everything to
No,
do
it does
with
not.
I'll follow up with my second question that perhaps maybe
Paul,
you can answer
Paul,
because you
Paul.
chose not to answer the first one.
Paul, the question has to be on the agenda item. The
It
second
is.
half, no, it's part of it.
It is.
You're
I believe Alonzo
I'm-
Engineering is a firm that you're doing business with,
correct.
and you have done business with for some time. So there is some relevance there. Sir, I won't argue with you. I'll go to the second question.
No, I'm
Thank you.
gonna make a statement. So just listen to me. We're gonna treat you with respect. Treat us with respect. Secondly,
As I always do,
oh, okay. Secondly,
as long as it's afforded to me.
item 22 is a specific item you can comment on in this part of the program.
Okay, I'll read
The second part of the program, the second part, when you get that, you can talk about anything you want. You can bring up that question, but this is on agenda items. It's not on agenda items and 50 other items. It's on that agenda item.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll readdress it slightly. Can you cite the justification for $30,000 expenditure that you're approving?
Jerome, want to review this resolution?
This is a $30,000, not to exceed $30,000 contract with Line Engineering, for general engineering service at the complex. Of this is for services needed as necessary throughout the year. Of this $30,000, roughly $17,000 is directly related to a landfill capacity, annual landfill capacity report, which is required annually to be submitted in that. So this is for services as we need.
Thank you, sir. And were there other bids from other engineering firms, or did you simply?
You
choose
direct your
Alignment?
comment,
This way.
Oh,
direct your
I'm sorry.
comment to the board.
I'm sorry.
That's not part of this.
Were there other
It's not part of
engineering
this.
firms that bid for this contract?
It's not part of this.
And, or it
What
was
is
just
this?
Alignment? I'm sorry, sir, that is a relevant question. It centers around how you do business with the county.
Stop.
I'm simply asking a respectful question.
I know you
in a
are.
respectful manner, and I am
And it-
entitled to an answer.
if
You
you
are,
would
and
have-
Limo is on site at the county landfill, and it has been on site for how many years, long before you and I, doing both design and compliance practice work for us. This is
I
a,
understand. Thank you. And are you saying?
you're not gonna
unless-
cut me off, that's the one thing you're not gonna do is cut me
Oh,
off.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
No.
Please.
So they have a long-standing record with us and a better understanding of what takes place at that landfill. They have an understanding of navigating the issues through the Department of Environmental Protection, and they've done so very admirably for us.
Thank you, sir. So you're telling me Alimo is the only engineering firm in the state of New Jersey that could do a five-star, that would have a five-star rating and perform similar duties? There is no other such engineering group? Is that what you're telling me, Mr. Donovan?
No, sir, what
I
I'm,
didn't think so. Thank
you're
you.
not,
I'll go on.
again, you're not gonna cut me off.
Oh, I thought you were clear on your answer, and I thought I heard enough. I can't
Paul,
ask another
Paul,
question.
Paul, is
You
this
can
how,
ask
is this
questions,
how we
that's
treat people
fine.
with respect?
Sir, absolutely. I've asked relevant questions.
And we're trying to answer your questions with respect.
I have moderated my tone, but I am not going to deal with your political speak.
Well, then-
I will proceed until I get an answer that is relevant, that everyone in this audience understands.
Paul, you got the answer. Move on.
Can I ask my next question?
Please do.
Thank you. Were there other bids and/or was this the lowest bid submitted?
This is not an open public, this is, fair and open process. This was not subject to state, it was not subject to the state bid statute, sir.
So does that mean that other bids were not considered?
I don't know.
Were other bids considered?
Sir, direct,
Sir,
you know
I'm
what?
sorry, I'm
This
just trying to
way,
get
then we'll
clarity
determine
here.
who we speak to.
I'm just trying to get clarity. I'm
You're
just
gonna get
asking
it.
the question. I thought I should ask the gentleman. the
No, you should
question.
not.
You asked
I'm
us.
sorry. Were other bids considered, sir?
At the beginning of the year, the board asked for and received qualifications from firms, the general engineering pool, firms that are qualified to do different engineering practices for the county.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
engineering on that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question?
No, your
sir?
5
Time's
minutes
up.
are up, Paul. Your 5 minutes are up.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm
Brady.
sorry, are you saying that?
Paul, your five,
Excuse me,
no,
I'm not
no.
being rude.
Yes,
I'm
you
just
are.
trying
Yes,
to
you, Paul, your
understand
5, no,
this.
your 5 minutes are up.
So the general
Your
public
5 minutes are up,
Can't
Paul.
address other issues
No,
because
not
of
right now.
time
Your
limit?
5 minutes are up.
This is the rules that have
Thank
been in the
you.
board for at least a year
That
now.
everyone else
Trying to
abides by.
consciously deny the public of the right
Paul,
of
your
free
5 minutes
expression,
are
and
up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else on agenda items, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question on the same agenda item. My name is Pat Cliver. I guess what I would like to know, since I don't think, I understand that you're going for this agenda item, which is the $30,000 expenditure. But someone stated that you've been using Alimo for years because of his ability to deal with the DEP, to deal, and I guess my question is, how long have you been using Alimo at the waste management
Facility?
Mhm.
Yeah.
In excess of 25 years.
Okay, so that is also one of the reasons you probably continue with him?
I said that earlier, yes. It's their knowledge of the facility, yes.
Okay. And the report that's done in May, what
It's
exactly?
a-
I know that's probably not.
Well, no, it's part of the 30, it is
But-
related because it's part of the $30,000.
Okay.
It's a DEP compliance report on air quality?
Now, this is the capacity report of the landfill.
Yeah,
Actually,
okay.
you have to do a topographical survey of the landfill,
I'm
determine
sorry, what?
a topographical survey.
Okay.
Basically to tell them how much waste we can handle in the
Right.
facility.
How high
How high it is,
How
how big it
high it
got,
is,
how
like
much
we do
it's
with all
increased,
Right.
you know.
Okay, all right. And that's all it is the topographical
Well, there's other elements that go into that.
I mean, you do air quality, you do,
Well, that's
Separate.
Separately. And it's
Okay.
not covered under this contract.
and is that part of the recycling part too, or?
No.
Just the landfill?
Just the resource recovery complex.
Okay, then the recycling part is separate?
Yes.
They all fall under Jerome, but it's separate. What we're talking about, it's separate from the
And
landfill.
this is for the year, it's 30,000, not?
It is.
Not to
Not to
exceed.
exceed.
For the whole year? Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other on agenda items? Seeing none, I'll close that portion. We will move on to resolutions. I'd like to make a motion, we approve items 1 through 11 by unanimous consent.
Second.
Motion by Gargano, second by Howard. Questions?
I would like to move to remove from the consent agenda item number 1 for further discussion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
At this point then, I have a motion to approve items 2 through 11. Joe, you good with the second still?
Yes.
All right, we have, any questions on 2 through 11? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, at this point, I'll make a motion to approve item number 1. Looking for a second.
Questions, I think. Item number 1, to remove it from the list?
Yeah, we removed it. We did remove it. We removed it, and now I'm putting it back up.
For discussion.
Discussion.
So I need a second to put it back up, because I changed my original motion to 2 through 11.
Second.
Motion by Gargano, second by Howard. Questions?
Okay, great. So, Mr. Troy, I have some questions today. On pages 7 and 8, just let me know when you're ready. There were some funds there for warden artists. What were those for?
Basically, Freeholder, these are the remuneration.
Enumeration.
Thank you. This is where we pay the inmates for work at the cemetery and other such things.
Okay.
It just comes under his name, but that's what the payments are.
Okay, great, thank you.
What cemetery? You said it the same? The pauper?
The Veteran Cemetery?
Okay.
Great. On page 17, I need to recuse myself from the Burlington County Bar Association. On page 19, I need to recuse myself from the Camden County College. Page 20, the bill for Cape Hart and Scatcherd, $3,664. Can you tell me what that was for?
I actually have a copy of the invoice.
Oh, you're so good. Thank you.
I'll give that to you.
Great, thanks. Page 31, Digital Dog Direct, $3,399.89. Can you tell me what that was? I think it was advertising or something like that, it said, if I remember correctly.
This is for various publications, for the newsletters and whatnot. They're like, it's like the monkey.
Oh, monkey
Digital,
sur-
did some mailings list for us.
Yeah, they do the. They're like a distribution. They do mailings.
What do they call
them?
So like, what are we what kind of stuff are we mailing with
It
that?
was actually for the last newsletter. It was
Like the county bell or?
It is, it's the list, it's the actual addresses that they compile for us.
Oh, to acquire the list?
To acquire the list so that we can send the
Okay.
county bell or the recycling pieces to those who are interested, so that's where we get the list from. And
Okay.
so that'll cover us for some time.
Okay, so that's not something we have to do like every year, that'll last us for
No, and they'll update it.
several years?
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Page 34, East River Energy, $98,455.
Natural gas. No, that's premium gas.
This is
It's
county
gasoline.
utility.
Oh, it's gas, just gas.
It's gasoline, premium
This is county
gasoline.
gas.
Okay. On page 49, I have to recuse myself from the League of Women Voters. Page 53, Mazer Consulting, $5,000. What project was that for?
This is engineering we had for D 4.108 White Street Bridge in Manhattan.
Okay. Do you by any chance happen to also have the Parker McKay invoices?
I do.
Excellent, okay. And then my last question is page 72, Sales Caster Display Corp., $12,400. Can you tell me what that is?
This is for public safety. We received a grant, and with that, they purchased digital wall clocks and some LED display ticker boards, and this was grant funded. Correct? Is that correct?
Okay, so that's all grant money used for that?
It is all grant
Okay,
money.
great. That is all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I also have to recuse myself from the League of Women Voters issue. I'm a member, so.
Well, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions as noted.
Thank you.
Director, at this time, I move for unanimous consent of resolution items numbered 12 through 15.
Motion by Freeholder Donnelly, second.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Howard. Questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Freeholder Howard.
Thank you, Director. At this time, I'd like to move for unanimous consent, resolutions 16 through 22.
Motion by Freeholder Howard, second.
Second?
Second by Freeholder Bellegarde. Questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Freeholder Schwartz.
This time I'd like to move for unanimous consent, item number 23.
Second?
Motion by Freeholder Schwartz, second by Freeholder Donnelly. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And we'll move on to item J, questions from the press.
If it's not too lengthy, could somebody go over with me the improvements in store for Burlington County College? And if it is too lengthy for now, I can just follow up tomorrow.
Because they're pretty good, and it's about 15 lines. Does anybody have the data point? It is. It's
Anything we
about
can
15
print
different
out?
projects. Yeah, there is something we can print out.
We have something we can get to you tonight. It describes the project.
Print it out. It's a lot of sidewalk work. There's all types of stuff, a lot of little things in it, so.
Okay.
Boilers,
Sidewalks,
yeah, boilers,
carpeting.
infrastructure.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And the same thing for the, bear with me, the South Pemberton Road Improvement Project.
That's a big one.
Outside the 17.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Joe's here, and he can probably get you what you need.
We have the concept plan we could give to you, so you
Okay.
can see the.
All right, I'll catch up with that.
It's a good story.
How many years?
20.
20-year project.
Novel that never gets finished. We see the light at the end of the tunnel in this project. Knock on wood, yeah.
That's all for now.
Okay, thank you. All right, now we're going to roll back into public comments. Same set of rules. Any paperwork that's to be handed up, please give it to the sheriff's deputies. There's a 5-minute time limit. And if anyone, and this is on any item. Oh, we have a list. Mr. Milanos, you'll go first since you signed up on the list.
Thank you. I want to bring, I came and ask you guys about get a place for post on the phone. And what I do, I like to make an appointment. Maybe anytime you can see me. I know you're busy and all that, but give me at least 5 minutes, that we can talk about it.
Not a problem.
Right now, I got, we have four brothers. And everybody went to the service. I got 2 right now in a home, and nothing I can do about it. We got a lot of problems with the post office, but it seems to me that nobody cares. We got money to send to Russia, but we don't have no money for our people. And I just want to talk to you, sir, and whatever you get time, we can talk about it.
Let me look at my schedule tonight. I'll be in contact in the next, maybe even this evening. We'll talk. We'll set it up.
Not rush.
No, we'll set it up though. We'll set it up in the next week or
I
so.
really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I want to see what we can do for our people.
Not a problem, my friend.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Bracy?
I have 5 minutes, I'm going to speak You're in the process of finalizing the budget to present to the county. Within that budget, there was a significant revenue that you received through the consolidation of providing prison services for prisoners that were transported from Gloucester County to Burlington County and over, it's been over a year, I believe. That's a significant amount of revenue that has been generated. How come the Burlington County Sheriff's contract hasn't been settled by now?
It's in negotiation, sir.
How long has it been in negotiations? About 2.5 years?
No. That's
we-
been
we had
settled.
an arbitration award 2 years ago. It's been implemented, resoluted. We're operating under the existing contract, and we're back in
Well,
negotiations.
wasn't there a prior contract? Wasn't the resolution based on an outstanding prior contract, sir?
Yes,
So
that's
how
resolved.
long has the county sheriff's been without a contract since then? 2.5 years, sir? It's been 2.5 years.
No, I don't think so.
Then please correct me. How long has
I
it
think
been?
it's about a year and a half.
It's been close to 2 years.
This way.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Freeholder Director, were you aware of the fact that Mr. Robert Taylor was from Florence Township?
No.
Were you aware of the fact that Mr. Robert Taylor from Florence Township, the community of which you live in, was denied an opportunity to use public services, which is why he had problems with self-control? Were you aware of that?
No.
Were you also aware of the fact that Mr. Robert Taylor was 75 years old and homeless?
Yes.
You were aware of the fact that I submitted this plan to you over 4 years ago, sir, are you not?
I think you've
See,
submitted
Mr.
some
No,
plans.
not you are aware of it because I handled it.
Sir, if you want me to answer your questions, I will. Don't answer them for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not hand deliver you a proposal submitted from, created by the Citizen Serving the Homeless in reference to the community of opportunity of which I was involved?
I don't remember.
You don't, you don't recall?
Well, I'll be honest with
That's another
you.
political
Can I
answer.
speak? You're going to answer my, if you're going to talk, let me answer
How
it.
can I remember giving it to you and you don't remember receiving it?
Well, because you've handed us so many piles of paper over the years, some of it
was
just
a black
piles up.
manila, sir.
It was you, we know what color the envelope was?
Yeah, no, it was
Okay.
black and it was in a composition folder. With all due respect, it's something that I used during my dissertation. Please,
Many,
give me a break, sir.
come every meeting that
Give
we've
me a
had.
break, sir.
I'll
That's
give you a break.
insulting.
I'm being, well, if
That's
you're insulted,
insulting.
you should feel that way.
What troubles me deeply, Freeholder Director, you were the Freeholder Director the last time I submitted this proposal to you. Robert Taylor, and please, I don't say this lightly, he would be alive today, sir. He would not have had to be incarcerated in the Burlington County Jail in Turtleson because he had problems with urination and waste matter because he was misdiagnosed. Did you know he was a reformed alcoholic, sir? Do you know that he was alcohol-free for 2 years? Did you know that? So my question is, you have a gentleman that's 75 years old that is soiled because the Florence Township Library, the Florence Township Police Department, and a Florence Township store would not allow this gentleman to use their facilities, so he went himself.
Where was he arrested?
He was arrested in Florence Township, sir, around the middle of December. Can I please continue?
No, you're
That's
right.
incorrect.
That's incorrect.
Oh, it is? Oh, it is?
Where was the offense made that the warrant was out on?
He was arrested in Riverside on an outstanding warrant, and the warrant was based on action that was filed in the Township of Florence.
Well, it wasn't
Do you want to
arrested in
dispute
Florence.
me, sir? But I will continue. You represent the people of Burlington County. There is a clear and present need for a center of opportunity for the people of Burlington County. It's not even a question anymore. All we are asking you to do as a board is submit a simple letter of support. We don't want your money, because the last time, Freeholder Director, when you didn't give us the time of day, we went elsewhere. There will be funding available, but all we need, for those that aren't as fortunate as you, Mr. Freeholder Director, is a stamp of approval for the concept. You didn't even have the common decency to read the proposal that was submitted to you, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tone down a little bit. that was submitted to you over 40 years ago, and you consider yourself a leader?
Did you read the
You
10-year?
had-
Hold on. No, you're not going to go
I'm
that
not
far.
done yet,
You
sir.
are- you
This
are
is
done.
my 5
Paul,
minutes.
No, actually, I'm going to comment.
You have board comments,
No, I'm
sir.
going to comment right now.
This is my time.
I'm going to
your 5
comment
minutes
right
is
now,
up.
or you're going to go out the
Oh,
door.
really?
Paul,
Because
your
you're going to control my right to
Paul,
free
your
speech.
5
Yes.
minutes are up. Your
Oh,
5 minutes are up.
Thank you.
Your 5 minutes are up.
I would love to hear
Did
your
you?
comments.
Oh, you
sir.
will. You'll hear them right now.
Please.
We have
And
a
I will
we have a
react.
10.
No, you won't. No, you will
Oh,
not.
no,
You
you're
will
sitting
sit
down.
down,
You're
or you
gonna
will
make a
leave
statement
again.
And I won't react.
We'll make
So
it 2 for
This is
2.
democracy in action. But
Paul,
please,
your
I'll
5
hear
minutes
your
are up.
comment. I'll hear your comments, sir.
Please, take a seat. Take a seat.
Oh, I have
Take-
to sit
take-
down
Yes,
and
you
hear the
do.
comment?
Yes, you do. Take a seat. You're
What if I
finished.
had a hard time sitting? I would still have to sit down.
That would be a personal
Thank you,
problem
sir.
of
Anyone
yours.
else have anything they'd like to comment on?
Oh, you don't have a comment?
Not for you.
Oh, I'm sure you don't.
Thank you, Paul. Oh, Lord.
Fiber,
Yeah, sure.
question about your single stream recycling, when is that supposed to start? Do you have a rollout date yet? And how are you rolling it out?
I'm gonna pass on that one. Jerome?
We get a t-shirt with a date on it.
You need a t-shirt. We
The man
all
with-
need t-shirts with
the man
dates on
with
it.
the
So I know
contracts.
it's going to work and
I understand.
changing pickups and all that good stuff.
What the plan is right now, we've had our pre-construction meeting and, hopefully actually next week, after this, beginning of construction is going to start. The shutdown of the plant is most likely going to happen at the end of September. When we shut the plant down, there's a major renovations to convert the plant to single stream, is when we will start collecting single stream at the curb for residents.
So it's not coming, it's coming September?
This
Yeah.
September.
Oh, I thought you were gonna roll
Well, we thought we were gonna roll it out in May, but you know what happens? We've got bid laws that we need to comply with. We had 2 bids come in that were significantly beyond the, not really scope, but the engineer's estimate. We ended up negotiating with the bidders.
We threw them out both times. Yeah.
Okay, because for single stream recycling, I know there has to be separation.
Not for.
No, there is not for single
Not-
stream.
Not the person separating, but when it goes there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's much more involved with separation, is it not?
Equipment will do it, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all done by equipment. Is it done by hand now, or do you have equipment that does it?
That's
that way?
optical-
I'm
there's
sure
optical
some of
scanners
your
that do a lot of it.
recycling matter is not all recyclable.
But
It's
right
picked
now,
up.
the
Right,
plant
right.
is mostly, there are some mechanical processes. It's a
I'm
mixture.
sorry, I
The
can't hear
existing
you.
dual stream plant,
Right.
okay, is a combination of both
Okay.
mechanical and manual pickers.
Okay.
We will still have that with the single stream. The bulk of the first sorts, if you will, a lot of that is all done through mechanicals, screening, sorters, optical sorters, newer technologies out there. But we still need to rely on the labor force for quality control and for hand picking some items.
And one last comment on that, do you still take items that are not recyclable? Like I know containers get put in, do you still send them overseas? Do you still do anything with them when they're like collected?
What kind of containers was that?
Well, say a margarine tub, I don't think they're recyclable. You do more bottles and things like that.
Right
So,
now, I
yeah.
can answer your question. Right now, we're collecting a number of ones and twos, bottles and cans.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we do receive some of the 3 through 5s and other ones that aren't recyclable, such as concentrates in our program.
Right.
Right now, the global markets, there really isn't a market for, even though some places are collecting it, for the 3 through 7s.
Okay.
Stuff that's coming into our plant that's not in our program, okay, is then ends up as residue. It goes out and becomes trash.
Oh,
When
that's
we when we start the single stream conversion, we will be adding more items to the program. And the plant's still is not recycled.
Okay, and you still do have drop-off for like plastic toys and all of that, and
Municipal drop-offs, yes, every township has municipal drop-off.
you can take it right out to the facility in Florence too, can't you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to comments by freeholders. Freeholder Belgrade?
Thank you.
Welcome.
So I just wanted to first thank Joanne for bringing the Parkinson's Awareness Month proclamation today. I think that's, knowing Joanne now for several years. I think she's certainly opened my eyes to this disease, and so I think it was really important today that we did that as well. So I also just wanted to extend a thank you to everyone who was involved and a part of the Outstanding Women event that the county held on March 27th. It was a wonderful event, and we had the opportunity to really honor some amazing women. So it was a great event. Thanks to everybody who had a part to play in that. It was fabulous. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Freeholder Schwartz?
I have no comment.
Freeholder Donnelly?
Thank you, Director. Good to see everyone this evening. Again, I find myself this evening commenting that no one is stifling anyone's right to speech. Matter of fact, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have you here. We don't agree on very much of anything, but I'm actually very glad to have you here. However, I will respond when I find that you say things or admit facts and evidence that are just clearly off base. Whether they're perceptions that you have, or comments that you've made, or gossip that you've had.
I don't say anything I
Paul,
can't prove.
Paul.
That's the last statement I made. I don't say
Paul,
anything.
Paul.
There have been suggestions made, there were two specific suggestions made this evening. One, that an individual would be alive today had your plan been approved by this Freeholder Board. How you can back that up is entirely beyond me. And second,
Paul, you cannot, Paul. That's the last warning. It's the last one.
And secondly, you represent that you're on a board of directors of an association that I'm not aware that you're on the board of directors of, to this program out in Lumberton. We sit here, for the most part respectfully. I'll think every now and then my dander's gotten up. But it in no way impedes your right to be here or your right to speak. But when it crosses a line, we're going to push back. That's just a fact of life. Because we are public servants, but you know who we serve? You and 449,000 other people in Burlington County. They're the people to whom we answer. So you come in here with your wishes, you come in here with your rage. We'll listen for the 5 minutes that we'll listen, but guess what? It doesn't go very far. Why does it not go very far? Because you scream at us, you belittle us, you've attempted to intimidate us. And I, for one, as one member of this board, am tired of it. Thank you, Director.
Freeholder Howard?
Nothing this evening, sir.
I'm going to be very, very short. I think we have an existing homeless plan that is being instituted, and I think it works quite well. You know, the things that need to be done to make it better, yes. And I think every day that homeless plan is being operated, every one of our staff members is taking a hard look at it to try to find a better way to do it, or the best way to do it. Everything we do at a county government, everything we do in our lives, we're trying to make ourselves a little bit better and find a way to get there. And I think that's where that process is right now. We have good people working on that plan, working hard on that plan, and we're going to continue to work hard on that plan. And we are going to get better. We're going to find different funding sources, and we're going to make it happen. But to sit back and to say that there is nothing going on in Burlington County to help the homeless, or to help the hungry, or to help the families that are losing their homes for multiples of reasons is untrue. There are so many good things that are being done by so many good people that are working hours that they're not getting paid for, because when they go home, they're taking their work home with them just to do God's work. So, and that's all. I'm going to leave it at that. And at this point, I'd be looking for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Freeholder Howard, second by Freeholder Schwartz. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.